I want to start the video off by saying part of the plan was to see how far people would take it. But first, I want to touch on the actual financial plan. Now, when I spoke with my bank, a certain mortgage lender, they told me that my credit score had to be at least a certain number. And then they said after that, depending on how much the house costs, determines the down payment and which options are best for me to get the house. With the first time homeowners, there's a cap on how much the house can cost. And then anything underneath that, I pay what they said somewhere between 3 to 9% for the down payment. If I go for the mortgage loan, then I can get a better house. And the minimum down payment is 10%. And they have financing options for these things and such, even though I'm going to put up a large amount. So I'm getting a house. I'm extremely disappointed in my son's mother. But after today, I don't want to be bothered with her or anyone else. Anyone who bothers me about it, they're being childish about it. And it's not going to make a difference because from here on out, it's just going to be a succession of moves that put me in a better position. You can't blame Rachel when you got a whole family full of losers. And Rachel has done nothing, whereas them. So there's that. And I blocked a lot of people. And I'm going to continue to block certain people. Until my point gets across. So, from here on out, I plan on getting my fucking credit. And he was trying to count it. I mean, you seen those, but did you see some of those? Like, come on, you can't count that. And so from here on out, everybody needs to know these niggas are not competition. They want to play games. These females want to play games. And now I'm about to hurt feelings. So, my plan doesn't involve me, excuse me, having to shit on people. And Rachel has an outlet. She can cut them off. As far as I'm concerned, I have 1,000,001 haters. Now, I can control the situation. There's a bunch of dumb options that I can make. But the only one that seems valid is that I continue doing what I'm doing and make sure I get my crib and in my house. As far as having people who try to discourage you and berate you. When you look at these situations that we go through that are supposed to be stressful, it really boiled down to us dealing with the wrong people. Once you eliminate that issue, a lot of those problems no longer exist. So, with that said, I personally don't play games. But when I look at how everybody act, how they look and how they carry themselves, I really feel like gaining all the wisdom that I have now was worth it. But having to deal with the people that I had to deal with to get it was extremely toxic and unneeded. Hmm. I'm here to tell names and haters and females. They can't compete. I'm not an actor. I'm talking about as a human being and as a person. And the only way to get that message through to them is to show everyone in a natural way, of course. Well, I'm better than all of those words. Not because of the situation, but because when you look at society, we have created an environment where the worst kinds of people believe these types of behaviors are allowable. They believe infidelity things are normal, and they're not. And so, as we're following the course of where things are going, they are nothing. And everything that's about to happen now is beyond them anybody. When they try and count money, you got to remember the people counting the money either on welfare, receive some type of government assistance, or they're trying to find some other way to milk the system. You can't even gauge my money and compare it to someone else's because they're not spending their money. And when you factor in taxes or insurance and, if you have fucking any other type of plan or 401k pension, how the fuck is somebody supposed to accurately gauge what you make out of a check by saying, oh, they get paid this much an hour, they work this many hours a week, this is how much they get paid? That's not how that works. You understand? And so since you have all of these people that, live in this delusional fantasy world where all of these foul types of things can happen, I'm here to tell motherfuckers it's not going to happen. It's not allowed, and it's weird, and it's fucking corny. And from now on, I'm not tolerating it. And not only that, you're about to see a whole new wave. So I'm not here to compete with anyone. And I don't have an issue with Rachel. Rachel still hasn't fucked anyone. You see? But the issue is so serious. Dealing with all these weirdos. That it leads to a lot of chaotic confusion. And I have a remedy for that. I spent years. Yes, hire them in. Because you fuck niggas were so scared to say something real. The fuck?
When you're done, could you help me with the shower, please?
Yeah, I already tried to turn it off. It's still running.
It's like stuck.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Outside. Yeah, I'm going outside. Okay. Okay. It's wet. You gotta be careful. Okay.
Now, since everybody took it upon themselves to feel like they could say something about me, I think that a lot of people need to understand that even in the videos I made, when you talk about taking care of people, if you look at the things that Lolita, her ugly family, all the things they stated, and then you look at the behavior, and you look at the effects it has, the whole situation is insane. Even if Rachel could have handled it better, the whole situation is insane. So I think since I'm the only one that was dumbing it down while everybody else was trying to go on 110%, that is really time for people to understand these three things. One, I've always been smarter than I let on. Two, I have more discipline than almost everyone I know, physically and mentally. And thirdly, regardless of what people say, I have to take a different perspective. For example, let's say I go to Rachel's house, cussing her out, screaming, ranting, put my hands on her, break property, try and see my sons. That ends up being a court case, right? The other parties involved are going to get mauled regardless. So I'm not even going to touch on that. That's coming. Whether they go or they somehow survive, they should probably start counting rosaries. All right. But from a logical standpoint, the public might say, oh, nah, fuck that rant, rage, fuck shit up, don't nobody care. But as a man and as an adult, you have to remember that the kids still have to get fed, bills have to get paid, I still have to make a living. And I have to make sure I decide the accurate course where I can make a point, beat everybody the fuck up, and still be straight. Mm. Other than that, I'm not going to go looking for problems. I can get off YouTube right now and go to Rachel's house. Rachel ain't the issue. She's still a gullible dumbass that thinks she know what she knows. She don't know shit. It's Chantel and the rest of those fucking losers around her. And when you look at Burlington County as a whole, you see why half of us abandoned. It's because everybody keeps going through shit like this. Where in Burlington County, they have normalized all of this foul shit. Gangster. None of them are gangster. You want to know the real me for those who may or may not be watching? The fact is, I own all of Burlington County. Me. They don't make money because I said so. from Mount Holly to everywhere else. I can go set up shop whenever I want, wherever I want. And put niggas on the strip. I don't. Because when I sat and got out the fucking game, I had a choice. And the OGs made it very fucking clear. You either all the way in or you all the way the fuck out. There is no fucking other option. Now, my alternative is business-wise. People pay for plenty of things. People pay for bodyguards, protection, stores, everything. You know, it's a legit business. I'm not around it. All of this shit that's going on with Rachel. And the rest of those fucking losers. But this I do now. Lolita is devious. And her plan failed. She talked crazy and built that climate, hoping that my kid's mom was that type of person. So just this one time, because I'm really trying to fix this shit with Rachel, not in a relationship manner, but to give the public an accurate description of what happened, I'm going to let you know. Sex doesn't matter. I literally used to fuck Rachel 3-4 times a day for like the first 5 years we were together. And she sucked my dick all the time. I was cheating. Lolita, once again, we was on Grant Street. Lolita had snitched and told Rachel that I was cheating on her because Lolita's a fucking weirdo. Every time. This is over years. Years worth. This is how foul Lolita is. Is she supposed to be my mother? Nah. Now, Rachel ain't corny because the stuff that Rachel did and how she went about it, everybody tries to be like, oh, it's this. And you be like, oh, it's Sarah. But no, Rachel was hurt, right? Now, if somebody's cheating and being abusive and all that shit, and you're teenagers, you know, me and Rachel are 16, 17, 18, right? Her going with Hayward was not out of whatever. It crushed me, of course, right? But it wasn't like I was innocent. You understand? It wasn't like, oh, I deserved it. But it is completely understandable as to why a female would say, if I have one guy that seems nicer, well, you know, you're young, whatever. All right. I was there when Chantel met Don. I was in Rachel's car when Chantel called her, like the fat peasant that she is, and was begging Rachel to come up there. And Rachel asked me. I let her go because I knew at that time I trusted Rachel. And I know that she didn't sit there and talk and blah, 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 because Chantel's a piece of shit. All right? And people blow shit out of proportion. And so at the end of the day, the situation with Khan was the fact that Chantel is with Dom, Rachel's by herself, and so Dom had a brother, which is, I guess, would be more respectable than going to a bar and finding somebody that's a floozy, right? even the neighbor can be explained. And still, in that time, in the span of 10 years, that's only 2 people. So let's not blow the shit out of proportion about my son's mother so that she can gain a little bit of her dignity and self-respect back before she crumbled. Not for them, but becomes a train wreck that I have to deal with later. Because if Rachel would have crumbled, shit would have went differently anyway. And no matter how it's looked at, you have to be able to handle shit a certain way. Now, the rest of these females, no, you're corny. I've seen all of you do what you do. You sit there and go to clubs. You got a boyfriend at home. You telling them you go out with your friends. You with your little niggas. You sucking dick. All you hoes is in the bathrooms. You popping pills. You sniffing. Doing what y'all do. Do not sit there and judge somebody like her just because she's a little bit naive and still dumb at her age. But the fact remains, you have Lolita and the rest of those losers who thought they could take advantage and exploit the situation. And the other people who believe they can talk about it. So, all games are now done. And when it comes to money, I try to make a pretty penny. But in the end, the people that I deal with, they have so much money that these chump ass hundreds and thousands ain't shit. I went on a crypto site and seeing how much these Axes cost. Is that even a real number? That shit had like 30 fucking zeros. People's money is that long. They got 30 fucking zeros. A million is 6 zeros. No, yeah. 30 zeros. And to see how many people watched all the gossip, rumors, and lies, and how they went about conveying that they knew this type of information on social media, like I wouldn't perceive it, percept it, or look at it for what I should. I think like it's really time for me to expose a lot of shit. You know what I mean? I want to expose the Illuminati. I mean, I've thought about it. You gotta be elitist to get the joke. So, but whatever I'm getting prepared for, this is just wild. And the one thing that affects me is the part that hurts is that I expected her to have more respect for herself. And I don't know what I expected from Lolita, even though people say expectations. And I really didn't expect much from Rachel. But when it comes to certain things, I know that I'm not wrong for feeling that if you say that your family and you don't do certain shit, and I hate that shit. There should be zero fucking confusion in anything. Nothing. And when I think about what people are saying, you gotta look at it for what it is. All I do is go to work and say MMS. when you look at Lolita and the rest of them, they're the ones actively talking shit in person. They're the ones actively doing all the foul shit. They're the ones that are being what they say I'm supposed to be. You get what I'm saying? So how is Rachel so stupid that she can't see that everything they're talking about and everything that they supposedly claim is me is what they're doing right now, and that's why Rachel's in the position that she's in, looking like a whole fucking moron in the weirdo. And that's not me being disrespectful. How does she think that everybody else is going to perceive this shit once you put yourself in that fucking position? You're a fucking adult. You're supposed to be aware of how people perceive shit, especially since you have children. So how does it look with my sons and people if people say, "Oh, this all these men and their family, their supposed cousins, are showing their dick and penises to Rachel"? How does that look? That ain't no fucking secret that you keep. And what type of behavior is it where Lolita right there and she encouraging this shit? You understand? So when I figured out that she was hoping Rachel fold and I snapped, Lolita thought it was a win-win. You see? Because Rachel's been behaving herself. Rachel came back from a Disney trip and then they fucking went and pushed it. Because in Lolita's mind, it was if she's stupid, she do it, and it's a rat for Pookie. If she don't, when Pookie find out, he gonna snap, and it's a rat for her. So, to circumvent all of that, I figured I'd explain it so that people on social media don't get things confused with the actual situation. Um, and fuck is calling me? Yeah, what? Yeah, yeah. What? Nigga is broke. Yeah, nigga, you asking me like I took a shower? Yeah, and I turned the shit all the way. That's what I just said. Yeah. I thought about that, but if you turn it anymore, bitch, what if it stripped the thing? Then it's really gonna be fucked up. So I left it alone for now. All right. All right. So like I was saying, so to eliminate all of the chitter chat, with people, I'll let it out. I'd rather lay it out like that. Now, this bitch here, like this bitch supposed to be sitting in the room with the door shut. I'm waiting for this other crypto to burn the fucking zero.
You want what? You want to eat it? No, you get cheese.
Once this one burn to 0, I'm gonna come up a couple hundred. I'm gonna just keep duffing until I get these fucking NFTs. Now, like I was saying, my fault. I'm converting some shit into Crow. So, like I was saying, with all these things going on, it seems like everybody's doing something to try and prevent me to lose my focus so that I don't get these things, which I'm going to get anyway. This shit is stressful. So, in order to get rid of all of these issues, I'm just going to stop with the illusion of, you know, childish immaturity, because I'm 36 and I'm about to be 37. A lot of people tell me that I can still be childish, but the actual truth is, and this has been bothering me for I don't know how long, I really feel as though when people try to act young, especially women, equally for men and women, so that people don't get it distorted, but I just think it's strange that you have people that are older and won't accept the fact that they're older and embrace it, and they want to act younger because they feel as though, when they were in their 20s, they were in their prime. When the reality is that you're not in your prime until you're in good health, and the wisdom that you accumulated, added with you being healthy, put you in a position where all of that accumulated, knowledge, starting to like bear fruit in a million and one ways. Now, as men, we have to figure out how to deal with these situations. Niggas is getting beat the fuck up anyway, whether they swell up, no matter what happened. That is a fact. But even now, there should be a line that distinguishes what's proper behavior versus this crazy shit where people talk. If it's not direct, and I learned this from people who were in the military. They told me never have a conversation with somebody that can't look you in the eye. So anything outside of that type of communication to me is strange, because you're talking at me, not to me. You understand? And so when it came to the crazy language and all the dumb shit Rachel said and all the other stupid shit Aaliyah and the rest of those losers do to manipulate corrupt people, I realized that in order for them to learn the truth, they need to understand something. Now, one, I make more than all of them. All of them. Lolita, her ugly daughter, Isaiah, Dwayne, all of them. I make more than all of them. More than likely, I make more than Linda. I probably make more than Salona, to be real with you. Because Rachel makes more than Salona. Rachel makes more than Kyle. If it wasn't crypto, the money was going into the real estate investments. Either way, I would have been drawing residual income on a daily, weekly, or a monthly basis. The Fidelity account wasn't locked during the COVID. After they let go of the COVID shit, they had changed the rules and relocked the money that's in the Fidelity account. During the COVID, when they was like all fucked up or whatever, I could have pulled off all of it. Shit happens, right? So I don't even really want to talk about money. There's certain people. I just want my crib. And remember, the down payments on this house, on these houses, are what? Between 3 to about what? 40,000. And you figure with mortgage loans, right? I'm putting up money, but it's a loan, right? Because the bank is going to put up money, correct? So once they tell me this much, then the rest to get factored in and figured out. Yeah. So either way, the fact is that I'll be able to save to get my house in a few months. And at the longest, I would just have to wait because I could cash out of the Fidelity job if I wait another year or so, not even, and then put that towards it. So either way, I'm just trying to get my house sooner rather than next year. And in the process, all of these things are going on. Fuck ass landlords. Bitch niggas hating. My baby mom not fucking nobody, but still putting herself in questionable situations because she has friends that don't know the point of saying fucking no. For some reason, these little fucking weirdos act like children, and it's disgusting. Me, I don't do such things. So that's it for now. Now people know it's a definite that I'm gonna get my house. I'm gonna get my car. And once I get my degree, then everything will bust forward. Right now, I can pay for it right now and start it right now. And technically I should, to be honest. So I'm gonna roll one and get at some thought. But if not this week, then probably next week. And either way. But to be in a position where I am not doing anything wrong, all right? But the people that supposedly are associated with my life are doing a bunch of foul shit. I'm saying there has to be some type of recognition that the foulness is not coming from me. It is coming from them. And that I'm not tolerating it on any level. Not with Lolita, not with any member of her family who thinks it's funny. And so at this point, Lolita and her whole family need not say anything to me ever. And every man in her family might as well get ready because it's on site. But other than that, they're going to stop saying it doesn't make a difference. And they're going to stop telling me we got some more bracelets for my son. For some reason, Giovanni collects these. So I've been grabbing them for my job. For Machete Center. Because he collects them. Anyway. So with that said, I don't want to hear bitches talk about money. Because if I want to spend it, I will. The fact is, I just want to save it. And so I am. I don't want to hear lame niggas try and give me no fucking advice. I don't need it. And, I want everything to proceed Business as usual. But like I said, everything changes now. Stop playing those stupid games with me. I don't play those stupid games.
So we'll watch TV.
And the best of it, you know, they tried everything. They tried to get me fired, which never works. They tried everything now. They have nothing left. And so now it's my turn. And so what my turn is this. I have footage on my Twitter data that I'm about to get of Lolita and her ugly daughter. I know that Dustin, Kareem, and Darnell will attest to Lolita's daughter being a complete slut and bum ass bitch. I know that Tamika and Tamia Hawkins are on camera looking like weirdos at their job. I know that Lolita Hawkins has years worth of fucking child services paperwork, and when it comes to her own children, all of us have access to that paperwork, especially when it comes to the individual child. So anything regarding me that involves it, I can get information from. And so knowing that Lolita has put her own children in positions where child services has had to step in, because that's how her daughter got into college. You see, Lolita's daughter is a complete fucking idiot. She's a D student, literally. Her daughter only got to college because since Lolita's daughter was molested by Edward Huntley, who was Lolita Hawkins' older nephew, who Lolita used to smoke crack with. Okay, Lolita and Eddie smoked crack together, right? And did some other weird shit. So Lolita has a history of child abuse and weird shit. And I'm gonna hang them all of them, since they thought it was funny. Well, I got a joke for them. This is strange. I don't even know who this little kid is. So what I'm gonna do is roll up and smoke. And I already blocked a whole bunch of people. I'm gonna block a whole bunch more who don't get the point. So with that said, I will talk to everyone later. Everyone has irked my soul, and now you want to pay for it. Alright? Whatever lies they told, anything. That's what they are. I'm exposing them now. And anything they have to say will be used in court. So tell Lolita Hawkins and her ugly daughter Lanisha and the rest of those fucking losers. Anything they do and say will now be used in court. And I don't need to take Rachel to court. You fucking losers need to get the fuck out the picture. So while I'm figuring this out, all of you need to know. I'm going to put the money in. And so Tamika and her little GoFundMe scam, I'm exposing. That'll be reported. The people that sat there and have jobs and still claim welfare and all those benefits, you'll be reported to the fucking IRS for welfare fraud. And I'm going to hang all of you with the truth. And then when you open your mouth, then my lawyer will be subpoenaing you. And I'm going to have my day in court. I'm going to hang you in court. And you're going to pay my lawyer fees. And maybe I'll be able to get some type of restitution. But you're all broke. I'm going to hang all of you. Okay? All of them. No. Also, I'm getting a private investigator to look into Messiah's death. And regarding Lolita's daughter, I already had to call the cops on her because we had an issue where she was trying to throw my shit out the crib and she was being a complete fucking weirdo. And so at the end of the day, I do not fuck with Lolita or her children or anyone else. Now, for obvious reasons, because they all fucking foul and they want to tell jokes. When they all bums. They either living off they bitch because they can't afford shit by themselves, or they living off the government. So, since everybody wanted to play, it's going to be a wrap for all that. All right? Now, as for the guys, they're delusional. You sat there and talked crazy. There was no consent, no nothing. That's how weird those niggas in Brownton have become, to the point where you don't even talk normal. You talk crazy and then think your fucking delusions will amount to something. And it's obvious that it didn't. Fucking people. Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna go smoke. Make some investments. Now, I need to adjust because everybody has pissed me off. When they could have just left me alone. I swear, a lot of people, they sit there and play these games thinking they know something. It's weird.